We're here at THR's Pride event. How are you celebrating Pride Month this year?
I'm celebrating by being louder and prouder than ever. I think now what's going on with the nation, I feel that this is the time to not suppress and to be shy, but to be louder. And we've been here, we are here, we're not going anywhere. So be proud and loud.
Who's another out and proud celebrity that you're especially proud of right now or inspired by?
I'm really inspired by Chappell Roan, just like the way unapologetic, and I think, the way they speak up for voices that are targeted in the LGBTQ community. It's just inspirational to see that there's brothers and sisters in our group that are doing stuff that makes you like, yes, exactly, yes. And so leading by example, it's great. Yeah.
We're talking about the times that we're in right now. What's your message to LGBTQ plus youth right now?
I think times are hard right now. I think for youth, for just human beings in general across the United States and across the world, I think my message would be don't give up hope, because what makes us human is that we're supposed to be empathetic and be there for one another. Don't lose the sight of humanity, because that's what makes us human.
We're asking everyone tonight, what song is your Pride anthem?
My Pride anthem song, you can't go wrong with the classic, Diana Ross, I'm Coming, right? You can't go wrong with that. It's just like every time I hear that song, as a kid, I used to love that song and I didn't know what it meant. I thought it was like, I'm going out tonight. I'm going out. And it could mean that, as well. But as I got older, I think I remember the moment that it clicked for me. Like I was just like, I'm coming out. I'm coming out tonight. And then that was the end of my, the trajectory of coming out. So I think that's the go-to song.
How would you say your definition of pride has changed since coming out?
I think now, looking back and the idea of coming out has always been something really like a traumatic sense for me, because coming out means that someone who is queer wakes up and says, hey, I think I'm gay, or I think I'm lesbian, or I think I'm trans, or if people who are queer don't wake up and think that they are that second and go and tell everyone. When someone comes out to you, they're really letting you in. So when I let you in, what you do with that information is so valuable, because it'll determine if I let other people in. So that's why it gets so scary out there when people let others in, into their home, into their space. I open the door and I say, this is it, this is who I am, these are the paintings that I like, that's the rug, this is my home. And then you decide to do something that's so heinous with my space and my feeling and my letting you in. It will determine if I ever open that door up again. So there's kids out there who are afraid to open up the door and they're just peeking out the window. Let those kids open up the door, and when they ask you and invite you in to know who they are, please be careful and cautious about the space that they created for themselves.
That's amazing advice. And for you, what has it been like saying goodbye to what we do in the shadows and stepping into this next era of your career?
I'm really excited for the future. Since I wrapped Shadows, I've shot 3 films. So I'm really excited because while doing Shadows, and I was so grateful for Shadows, that was my whole thing. My focus was on that. And now when the show was over, I was like, well, what am I going to do now? And they're like, oh, there's a movie. Okay. And there's another movie. All right. And there's this and that. So I'm really excited for what the future, and I get to play different characters. So it's nice to I'll miss Guillermo, and Guillermo will always be there. Who knows? You never know what's going to happen with Guillermo in the future. But I will miss him. But I think right now is a good time for coming out.